Hello friends at home. In this video I will be going over this scrambled up sentences page with you. The first thing you should do is always the same. You should take out your pencil and write down your name. I am remembering my uppercase letter first and my lowercase letters throughout, and I'm using my best handwriting so that my teacher can read it. Alright, so what we're going to do here, and sometimes this gets a little tricky, but if you pay attention really good to this lesson, it won't be tricky for you. You'll be like, oh, I totally get that. On these pumpkins, and there's 1, 2, 3, so it's 3 separate sentences. Somebody wrote the words to a complete sentence on each of the pumpkins. But then the pumpkins got all scrambled up, and they're not in the correct order. So your job on this page is to figure out the correct order of the sentence and then write the sentence in the correct order on the line. Now, we've learned a lot about complete sentences. So we know some clues or things that we can look for to help us figure out the order of the words in this sentence. Okay? Ava Jr., raising your hand. Do you have a question? No? Okay. So, looking at this first group of pumpkins, the words are like, pie, do, pumpkin, and you. So let's think about the things that we know a sentence has to have. What has to come at the beginning of a sentence? Johnny? An uppercase letter. So Johnny, looking at these pumpkins, do any of these words begin with an uppercase letter? Which one? Do. So this word do must be our first word because it begins with an uppercase letter. And I know that my sentence has to begin with an uppercase letter. So I'm going to put a number 1 on top of that pumpkin so I know that that's the first word in my sentence. Okay. What do we know comes at the end of every sentence? What do we know? Ava June? A period or an exclamation point or a question mark, some kind of end mark. So Ava June, do any of these words have an end mark after them? Pie has a question mark. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in this sentence. I know that number 1 is do, and I know that number 5 will be pie because the last word in the sentence has the end mark. All right, now I have to just remember that a sentence has to make sense. So if I start out saying do, okay, I got that word down. Now I have like, pumpkin, and you. And it ends with pie. So do like pumpkin, you pie. Does that make sense? No. Do pumpkin like you pie? Does that make sense? No. Lily, what do you think it might be? You. Do you? Nice job. Okay, so I've got do you, and now I have pumpkin like. Do you pumpkin like pie? Oh, no. What do you think it is? Connor?
Do you like?
Ooh, do you like? So word number 3. Yeah, word number 3 is like. Do you like?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin would be 4. Good job, boys and girls.
And pie would be 5.
I thought this would be tricky for you, and you're doing so great.
I knew it the whole time.
Now, check it out. Okay, so I've got do you like pumpkin, and I know my last word is pie with a question mark, but I don't know if I can fit pie with a question mark here. So what do I do? Do I squeeze it up the side like this?
No.
Do I write it down here?
Yeah.
Right here?
No.
What do I do? Sage? I go down to the beginning of the next line. Anytime I'm reading, anytime I'm writing, when I get to the end of the line, I come ka-chink, back to the beginning. Left to right, ka-chink, left to right, ka-chink, left to right. So if I need to fit the word pie, I'm going to come right down here, and I will write pie with my question mark. Do you like pumpkin pie? Hey, it works. It makes sense. It has an uppercase letter at the beginning, an end mark at the end, spaces between. It makes sense. There's lowercase letters throughout. This is a complete sentence. Now I can color the pumpkins and make this a nice festive fall picture. You know, Halloween is behind us, but we're still in the season of fall. And without blurting it out, there is another festive fall holiday that's coming up. It's one of my favorite holidays. And a lot of times we have pumpkin pie at that holiday. And it's one that we decorate with pumpkins and fall leaves and turkeys and gourds and all kinds of fall decorations. Do you know what holiday it is, Beckett? Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's a great holiday because not only is it a time where family and friends get to come together and spend time together, but it's a time when we stop and think about all the things that we can be thankful for. And just like we were talking about in religion this week, it's so important that we thank God for all the many blessings He's given us. So now, boys and girls, when you get this page, there are 2 more sentences that you need to unscramble. Remember what I told you about hunting for clues. Look for the uppercase letter. That's going to be your first word. Look for the end mark. That's going to be your last word. And then rearrange the rest of the words until it makes sense. Because in order to be a sentence, it has to make sense. When you're done, you can color it, and I look forward to seeing these. Bye, friends at home.
Bye.